Guys, look at this packaging. This is fresh. It's not in an Amazon box. I bought it on Amazon. Shipped in their own box. They put caution heavy sticker on it. Handled with fragile. Thank you. They got their own Mundaka Incorporation Technologies or whatever incorporated tape. It's boxed well. Let's cut it open and see, guys. Straight up. Straight up. If their welding wire is anything like their tape, it ain't never coming off. All right, let's see what's up. Victory Welding Alloys. All right, well, that was supposed to say SUA, because I thought I was getting SUA, but this says Victory Welding Alloys, Houston, Texas, and Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, well, that's interesting. Let's hope it's the same stuff, because there's no substitute for victory. Well, that's nice and all, but for some reason, I thought I was ordering SUA. It was supposed to be SUA, and I got all this victory stuff. It's not packaged the same or anything. Already a letdown. Like, I don't know about this wire. Maybe this is good wire, right? It does say something about Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Houston, Texas here at the bottom. .com. There's no substitute for victory. Firefighting measures, blah, blah, blah. Danger. I am not happy. All right, I ordered a SUA wire. This is what I got. So they basically misrepresented themselves online. I don't care if they're good, bad, or whatever. I'll never order this wire again, cheap as it is, because I don't feel like I'm going to get the same wire every time, right? So, yeah. This is the package. It's not vacuum sealed. It's just sealed in these plastic things like the shit at Harbor Freight. Yeah, I'm never going to order that again. You know, I don't want to say that because I might, you know, it might be the best wire I've ever had, but the PGN wire runs pretty good. It's just not consistent. They have their formula right here. I'm going to see if it matches the formula on the website, because if it does not, oh, this is a totally different place. It gives their phone number and everything to a different place in freaking Charlotte, North Carolina. So I don't know if it's made there or what, but we're going to find out, and I'll just get in touch with them and bypass this SUA place altogether. It's got their email address, phone number, everything. If this wire is good, I'm going to go straight through them and just get my shit right through them. I'm going to check this formula out when I get home and compare it to the website, and then let you guys know. I'm going to do a review. Guys, what's up? This color seems weird, but I guess I'm going to go with it. It's what I got right now. Anyway, so I got to show you guys something. This is embarrassing, but it's going to prove my point from my last flux core video. This is the reason why people hate flux core, right? I used flux core in the wrong application. I used the wrong wire for the wrong application, and this is what happens to you. And I think this is what happened to a lot of people, and this is why they hate flux core. Check it out. All right, guys, I fucked up. This is what I did. I came over this with, I just started using flux core a few months ago. I came over to a buddy of mine's to sew up some hinges for him on his trailer. We got them all sewed up, and the welds look great and everything, but the problem is I had just gotten into flux core. I hadn't done the research yet, and I was using E71 T-GS, which is a general purpose single pass wire, and I was multi-passing with it. Didn't think anything about it, didn't think twice about it until I got this call, and then I realized, oh shit, I used that wire. And here's why. I explained in the other flux core video, but I'll explain it again. E71 T-GS is a general purpose single pass wire. It has a lot more manganese in it, so you every time you go over that and you're chipping on it, and you go over that and you clean it off, you're pinging it, you go over it, you're work hardening it. Now, it's even worse in a situation like this because it's for a lawn and landscape company, and it's their trailer, so there's a lot of shock loading on those hinges. They're opened all the time. This was just a bad choice for wire. So this was a bad on my part, but I learned a lesson. And luckily, this is a friend of mine So he's, you know, he's not mad at me. He's wanting me to rewire his trailers, so I'm just gonna have to cut him a deal on that since I messed this up. But I'm re-welding this back for free because I'm the one that screwed up and used the wrong wire. Now, as embarrassing as that is, I want you guys to learn a lesson here. The general purpose wire is great for like the job I did the other day where I did the cage around the window or something like that, where it's not going to be shaking a lot, no shock loading. If it's something mainly for just home hobbyists and you know, maybe you're building a table, you're building something out of that's not going to be used a lot or something like that. It's not really for trailers and things like that, because you would need to go to E71T-11, which I talked about in that last video. I did that video after I did this job. And like I said, I never thought twice about it until I got this call. And it was lucky that I did the research, because otherwise, you know, I wouldn't have a clue what happened here. So I'm trying to help you guys not have to run into this. Don't use the general purpose wire in a situation where it comes to trailers, you know, any kind of frames, dumpsters, whatever. Anything that's going to be shock loaded a lot, that's just going to continue to work hard in that, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And it's not a multi-pass, so I messed up there. So we're going to use the right kind of wire today, and we're going to get it on there, and it's going to stay on there with 80,000 PSI tensile strength. So let's go with it. All right, dudes, we're down to clean metal, right? We're going to come at it from both sides. I'm going to weld it up here. Look, I ground those down so I could weld those down to the line, and then I'm gonna put it up and weld the other side too. We're gonna get it. Oh, my man brought in a big fan for me. Look at that. Damn, that thing feels way better. I don't even think this other one's working now. I think it's pushing the air back in this fan.
Look in the outside there.
Hell yeah! So we're gonna get this welded her up, but you guys know me, it's break time. I gotta eat, even on a job that's costing me money. Guys, I get to wire up this, you know what I mean? My man was cool enough to be like, all right, if you're coming over here, I'll pay you to wire up this, you know, trailer, which, you know, I've never really done before, but whatever, I'll wire her up. He's going to get a kit and a hinge, and we're gonna blast through this. I'm gonna have all this other stuff welded up probably before he gets here, but maybe not, who knows? He may be here already. Alright guys, wish me luck. I'm about to load this victory wire in here. Let's see what happens. This stuff, it looks like it's wound nicely. Remember, this is from North Carolina, I guess. You know, victory. No substitute for victory, they say. Alright, that's their thing. It's wound okay. Let's see if I can get it in here without losing any of it. Alright. Alright guys, so I misunderstood a little bit. So, he had a little problem down here. I found it. let me show you. Let me show you. I thought I was rewiring this whole thing, but no, I'm just putting a light over here, and I'll show you what's going on. Alright, so once we get all this stuff put back on, I got the victory wire loaded in there. We're going to see how this goes with this wire. If it's any good, I'm getting in touch with them, man. I'm not going through a separate company to get it, man. Shit. Anyway, I'm mad about that, actually. I want to get what I order. Call me crazy. So they had this, I didn't see this part. They had this fall down and cut the wire, or do something with the wire and pull it down. So I just got to weld this back up and then get under there and splice in somewhere and figure out what's up. He's got all this stuff sitting here. Lots of those different materials and whatnot. Lots of wire, a box full of stuff here. There's the light that I got to put on, you know. And let me just tell you guys, when you create a friendship and a rapport with people, you know, in town or wherever you're at, these guys, man, they know that sometimes things are going to happen, right? And I explained to him what happened and how I fucked up and the wire I used and my whole decision process and everything. I was excited about using flux core, guy. That's all I was thinking about that day, not what I was using. And then I did the research, and then I forgot about you. But my subscribers get to learn from my mistakes. And listen, you will make mistakes out here, and that's the cool thing about having friendships like this and rapport with people, is because my buddy, man, Sam, he didn't give a shit. He's like, things happen, you know what I mean? Put this one on. He was going to pay me to do it. I told him no way, no way. So he was like, found something else for me to do because he felt bad for me coming out. So I'm gonna wire up, fix his trailer, and he's, you know, he's gonna be happy with it. And I'm gonna try to scoot. He's gone right now. He left his place. He left me. I'm the only one here. He's gone right now. We're buddies, man. And you know, I'm gonna try to scoot out of here before he even gets back, so he don't have to pay me shit. And that's what's up today. So anyway, we're gonna sew this up for him, fix it up, and get out of here. Guys, this actually made me feel good. So this is the place that I work, the lawn company I do a lot of work for. And is it too bright? This is a lawn place I do, guys. This made me feel good, man. This is a lawn place I do a lot of work for. It's my buddy, like I said. Anyway, that's a place across the way that came over and got me one day and got me to do a job for them, sewing up a couple things. I've done a couple jobs for them now. So my buddy beeped the horn at me and threw it, you know, hey, what's up? That's cool, man. It's cool to be a part of something like that, right? For people to know you around town and know you do a good job and they wave at you and shit, man. You create it. That's a part of creating rapport, man. You know, things happen. Don't be afraid to mess up. You're going to. I mess up here and there. Not a lot, so don't get that shit in your head. I'm just kidding, man. Hell, I mess up like anybody else. I know what I'm doing, but sometimes I even fade, man. My brain just fades into something else. I'm thinking about dinner or some shit, and it is what it is. You know, it's embarrassing and it sucks, but at least I knew in this case what happened. So that's what's up. And it has happened. This general purpose wire, man, it's just, you can just count on it breaking as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you would have to just be doing something from home, you know, a hobby thing, like I've said. It's gonna break, man. It's gonna break. If there's any shock loading, any kind of thing where you're loading stuff, standing on it, walking on it, blah, 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 I would use E71 T-11 all day long for anything. It says on AWS that it can be used for anything structural that doesn't have seismic requirements. So you're talking about anything that's not engineered, you know, for seismic shit, you know, like earthquakes and I guess hurricanes and stuff. I don't know. Buildings like that, you're good to go. All right. Peace. Alright guys, you saw the, hopefully you can hear me. I'll pull this out a little bit. Alright guys, you saw the core pass was just a stringer, a fucking root, and then I went over with this weave pass. Alright. This wire has got a lot of spatter, man. I'm not happy with it. I'm going to use it up and then maybe find the good settings on it. Maybe every wire is different, right? Every wire likes a different setting. But as far as I can tell, the PGN's better so far. Alright. Alright guys, she's painted up too. There's a lot of spatter with that Victory wire. I'm yelling because the fans are on. There's a lot of spatter with that Victory wire, so it is what it is. We got that problem fixed. That was my fault. Then we got this other problem fixed. That was someone else's fault, or just things that happen. Anyway, it's welded up. I'm gonna fix the wiring and then get this thing set up, see what's going on. Alright guys, I wanted to show you this too before. They lock it on that side, one side only. This is a lawn trailer. You know how the guys are. They're going to do it as fast as they can, so they only throw this one pin in on this side. And that's the main reason why this one broke over here with that general purpose wire, because it's constantly riding down the road going like this, you know, shaking. That's shaking. That's moving, right? Constantly going down the road like that. So that was shock loading that. That was hardening, work hardening that, just even more and more and more. And then it finally gave out. Now it's full of E71 T-11. No effing problems from here on out. I don't want to see this thing again. Unless it's just something else I have to fix that's not something that I did, because these are free jobs, guys. You know what I mean? Luckily, you know, he was nice enough to want me to fix this other stuff. Alright. I'm done crying about it. Job well done this time. Alright guys, so what kind of lesson did we learn today? Well, don't let gillihands weld your shit up. Hey, we learned that general purpose wire is basically the shittiest thing you can fucking use. Now, like I said before, it'll sew up some little stuff, but I wouldn't even use it at all. E71 T-11, guys. That's what's up, and I'll see you tomorrow. If I still own a business. Oh my God, because I can't weld.